Hotep, my brothers and my sisters, I greet you with the ancient Kemetic language, Hotep, which means peace, and Amandala, which means power, power to the people. Let me see if I'm on. Make sure things are on right. Ashe. All right. My brothers and sisters, I thank you for, I welcome you today on this evening. Those of you who may not know me, my name is James Anyabwile. I am the spiritual teacher, aka the spiritual awakener of the God in Action Ministries spiritual and cultural platform, a podcast. We do not take your presence lightly. And I hope that what I have to share with you on tonight will be informative and helpful and motivational and igniting. All right. So if you know how to do this, brothers and sisters, and I believe many of you know how, it'll cost you nothing. If you can share this with some people, let them know that we're on at this time. It'd be much appreciated. And also, I'd like you to help me out. You can go to my YouTube channel because at this time, we're on 3 different platforms at one time. I'm trying to beef up the YouTube channel. If you can go to James Anyabwile, he's at the bottom of the screen, James Anyabwile. And if you go there and like, subscribe, and share, and also press the notification bell so that when we come on, that you may be notified. We'll definitely appreciate that very, very, very much. To those of you who like the content, if it's good enough for you, it should be good enough for other people. All right. So I just want to go into what I have to share. And it was on my heart to share it. And I just want to just share what I have on my spirit, my mind to share with you. And you looked at the subject on tonight, and I'm not going to be here all night. The subject tonight is help me or help make some noise. Not help me make noise, help make some noise. Help make some noise. Our great ancestor, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., he once said, our lives begins to end the day we become silent about things that matter. That is heavy. That is, we're not looking for no silent seekers. All right, my brothers and sisters. So once again, help make some noise. All throughout American history, since we've been in the hells of North America, our people, when it came to our people, Black people, the elite movers and shakers of white supremacy, they have a reputation for snuffing out the lives of those who made too much noise, trying to liberate our people from their mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional chains. Every time our people set out to make some noise about these injustices, it was perceived by the white supremacist elites that every time our people or Black freedom fighters made some noise, they perceived it as if it was upsetting the apple cart or their status quo. And the methods that they used, I told our freedom fighters, to upset the apple cart or to upset the status quo, they used methods such as uprisings and rebellions, protests, marches, revolts, and sharing vital information to provoke the oppressed people. It was to provoke them, in them, to have a fighting spirit towards complete constructive change for their lives. All right, brothers and sisters, hang with me. It was the Black church leaders that they snuffed out or came after. It was grassroots organization leaders that they came after. Black liberation movement leaders, Black activists that were mainly targeted because they was perceived as making too much noise when the injustices was heaped upon our heads. The powers that should not be, the elite white supremacists, the movers and the shakers, right? They don't just normally focus on or target people who have a lot of fascinating things to say, a lot of good things to say, or who's real poetic. They focus on, this is key, they focus on the reaction of the people. They focus on those who put into action that which they heard from those speakers and those leaders or those messengers. That's who they focus on, their reaction. They come after them when they are effective. When you're effective, brothers and sisters, that's when they come after you. And like I said on the onset, they kill those messengers or speakers or leaders, right? They either kill them literally or assassination, character assassination. They destroy their image, they destroy their credibility or their reputation. Now, I can tell you something. If something leaks out, somebody say something about me, because this is a cancel culture world, right? If somebody says something about me tonight, after I got off tonight, you wouldn't say, well, I ain't gonna believe that because I don't have all the proof. I have to really find out facts about what was being said. No, a lot of times that our image, characters assassinated, our image is destroyed, is because they put stuff out there and we don't seek the facts. When the elite white supremacist people who are the movers and the shakers, when they came after our people, when they was effective, when they saw people taking that information and moving into action, right? And they put them out. They call that psychological warfare. Psychological warfare. That's a tactic that's designed to keep you silent, to keep you silent, to keep you silent, and to put immense fear in anybody who dared to take on the responsibility to mentally liberate, uplift, empower, properly educate, organize, and mobilize Black people. Help make some noise. Help make some noise, my brothers and sisters. Have you noticed? It's not difficult to see that there are a plethora of dysfunctional Black people, young and old alike, yes, being monetized, or they're making good money just to display their sickness and their narcissism. Also, to have a platform to spread their toxic messages on social media. Have you noticed there's a plethora of people, like I said, the young and old alike, have this platform or given these platforms. Look at a lot of, I'm not saying all, but a lot, I would say too many, Facebook pages, YouTube pages, TikTok and Instagram pages. All you see is foolishness, dumbfoonery, stuff that makes Black people look uncivilized, make us look dumb, make us look stupid. Oh, yes, we should be ashamed of ourselves. But these are the so-called modern day popular, getting views and followings, speakers and messengers or leaders. The white supremacist elite, because I say that because a lot of you say, well, all white people ain't like that. The white supremacist elite, the movers and the shakers, all right? They intentionally allow these destructive content creators on social media to also allow these weak behind pastors and weak behind politicians to speak out. And when they do speak out, there's no repercussions because they know that the kind of content, the sermons, and the political moves that these politicians make will keep our people neutralized, keep us dumb, keep us dysfunctional, and even afraid to do anything to change and improve or better our conditions. Oh, yes. These elites allow us to have these platforms, these Sambos, these People who are destructive to black people. They look like you, but you know that saying, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. They give these platforms to speak, right? They know when they allow them to feed their own people's minds toxic, unproductive, and empty words, it'll never ignite them, or it will never ignite the spirit in them to fight, to be motivated, to mobilize, to organize like is needed, so that we can rise above our oppressed situation. They pick and choose who they're going to promote. They pick and choose who they're going to monetize. They pick and choose who they're going to leave alone, and they pick and choose who they're going to try to silence. Help. Make some noise. A lot of you, not all, but too many. You tread lightly, because many of you depend on white supremacist elites to feed you, to clothe you, to house you, to educate and employ you. So you don't want to jeopardize any of those things. So you tread lightly. But you know, brothers and sisters, be honest with you, I understand. Yes, I understand that. You want to protect what you worked so hard for. I understand that. You don't want to jeopardize that for people who may not even want to, who respect what you say, who don't want to follow what you say, or tell you something different than what you've been hearing all your whole life. I understand. But I want to throw this out there to you, y'all. But if you don't have the courage and the passion to do this most difficult work, to speak out, to make some noise, to confront injustice, oppression, racism, hate, white supremacy, if you don't have the passion or the testicle fortitude to combat that, to support those who are standing on the front line and who's on the battlefield, support them with all that you can. Support them all you can. Support them all that you can, while they're working and fighting for yours, your children, and your people's upliftment, empowerment, and change. Help make some noise. Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., he once said again, the ultimate tragedy is not the oppression and cruelty by the bad people, but the silence over that by the good people. Let me read that one more time, brothers and sisters. The ultimate tragedy is not the oppression and cruelty by the bad people, but the silence over that by the good people. I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna rock the boat. I ain't gonna do that. Fine, but support those who have confidence to do it, passion to do it, and the courage to do it, and the testicle fortitude to do it. I put myself on that list if no one else do. So when Dr. Martin Luther King said this about being silent, what are you saying? In other words, if you call yourself good, yet you're silent, maybe you're not as good as you think. Oh, I love my people. Oh, I'm pro-black. Oh, I'm gonna, I'm with my people. Power to the people. Power to the people. Black power. Black power. Amandala. Walking with your tight dashiki, celebrating February, Black History Month. Got your unk on. Oh, you part of the NAACP. Oh, I'm part of the Urban League. Oh, I'm part of the 100 Black Men. I'm part of the Black Caucus. The ultimate tragedy is not the oppression and cruelty by the bad people, but the silence over that by the good people. One more time, if you call yourself good, yet you're silent, maybe you're not really as good as you think. I'm not judging. To thine own self be true. See, none of us can just sit around and do nothing and say nothing. We can't afford to do that. We all have a part to play in the upliftment, empowerment, and liberation of our people. We all have a part to play in this, unless you feel that everything is fine. Everything's fine. What? Oh, speak up for what? The Democratic Party has given us everything that we want and need. Speak up for what? Or the Republican Party, they've given us everything we want and need. Speak up for what? The agency that gives me SNAP food stamps and help me with this and help me with that and help me with this, and my boss and my this and that. I got everything. Speak up. I got everything I need. Speak up for what? Unless you feel everything is fine, stay silent. If you think everything is fine for you, for your children, for your grandchildren, your nieces and your nephews, you feel that this kind of environment, this condition is suitable for them to live and thrive and survive, where you are barely getting by, struggling like hell, how they can make ends meet. No matter what you accomplish or your achievements, you still a nigger. You feel everything is fine, stay silent. But I came on tonight with those who have testicular fortitude, courage, confidence, passion, and drive to liberate themselves and their people and make a better world for themselves, make a better world for their children and their family members. A world we see is ran by Satan. I'm speaking to people who have a desire to make complete constructive change, to speak truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, and stand on the front line in the battlefield of truth. I'm talking to you. Make some noise. I leave out of here as I came in with Hotep, which means peace, and the Mandala, which means power to the people. My time is up. Have a great night, brothers and sisters. Have a great night.